Hey guys, Ira Crypto Mining here. So we got the second side up and it's screwed in, it's ready to go. And my partner was actually able to get up and actually he made the soffit, the rubber part where it meets and goes over. He's got that all prettied up and cleaned. So we are supposed to get some rain tonight, not a ton. So we'll see how this looks in the morning, but it should work. You know, we've done a couple steps, so it should be good. We had to cut the tops of these off to raise the side up. My partner said that was a nightmare. He was at war with those for a couple hours is what he said. So he got those off, so then we can swing it up. We're just gonna leave those there because there's no reason not to take those off. But yeah, and then on this side we got all the grating up here. Get all the sun here, so all the metal grating's up. This side's all attached. The other side we're gonna go and we're gonna put the grating up again. My partner leaves tomorrow, so we got a little over half a day of work we're gonna try to get done tomorrow, but we're actually gonna put up the foam before we put in the grating on the other side. So let me talk to you about this. So if you see in these big container builds and other places, so they have the miners. So this is the back of the miners on this side, so the fans are exhausting out, and they put foam here and they cut the holes for the fans so the air goes out and it can't come back in. So we're gonna put the foam up now because the shelf, other than me putting the shelves in, the shelf is ready to go. I got it all, we actually had to move it 18 inches and then add another section because we actually miscounted. So the shelf's up ready to go, so we can put the foam right up against it and it's ready. And then I can put the shelves in after. But the foam's there. We wanted to get that in before we put the grating on this side because then there's only like a foot right here. So only like a foot difference. So like trying to squeeze it in there and screw it and stuff. We can do it from the outside, but then it's just gonna be a little bit of a pain. So it's easier when we can actually get in there and move around and not worry about it. So we wanted to get that up before we did the grating and kind of, you know, have this side done. And so then we can we'll cut out, I can reach in and cut out the holes that we need when the time comes for when we put a miner in there, depending on the miner, depending on, you know, the ASIC and that kind of stuff. So we can cut a hole in and slide the miner in, and then it's already attached. So the foam's gonna make sure the air doesn't get back in and the air is only going out. We're gonna have a couple inches on the bottom. And so the bottom shelf should be, you know, an inch or two off the ground, and we're gonna have that blocked up. But then in the winter, we're actually gonna open it, so then some of the hot air can recirculate back to the warm side and keep the intake air not freezing. You want these containers to not get below freezing, because then you run the problems with your filters, where the filters freeze up and moisture and that kind of stuff. So you kind of want that. You want to recirculate some of that hot air. So we're gonna leave a 2-inch gap in the bottom that I can remove, so then some of that hot air gets back through. So I've seen that done in a couple other situations, and so that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, we've come a long way. I mean, it's, you know, the outside's pretty much done. We got most of the welding done. We're just gonna finish the grating on this side. I would have been done with the shelving, but we had to add and move some. So I got all the hooks in, so I pretty much just gotta put the shelves in place. So that shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, we're getting there. Now, timing wise, my business partner has an out-of-town trip. He's leaving, and it could be as long as 2 weeks, but it's probably just going to be a week. It's probably a little more than a week. It'll be somewhere between a week and 2 weeks. But what's going to happen is we're not going to get the electrical in until he gets back. The people that work for him and stuff, he doesn't want them to do it. Doesn't want to trust them, and then he wants to do it a certain way where he's happy and likes it. So in the meantime, we'll probably maybe run some conduit for some internet, some Ethernet come from there, from the shed or from the office. And so we'll get some of that stuff done. So after he leaves, it won't be as much done. I'll be doing a bunch of measurements. We actually have a PDU here. So we had a PDU that we sat here, and it looks perfect. It's gonna work as we wanted. So I'm gonna do a lot of that kind of stuff where we're actually measuring out, planning, and doing other things like that. But not a lot of work's gonna be done after he leaves, because the main stuff left is electrical. So we're shooting for June 1st. It's a little later than I wanted, but we're probably shooting for June 1st to get done, because by the time he gets back, he's gonna have other stuff to do. But June 1st is kind of our date where we want to try to get it done by. At least get a couple PDUs up and running, and then we can hook up the other PDUs afterwards. So, you know, if we have a bunch of pre-orders, which we already have a bunch of people wanting to host with us, which is great. I appreciate it, you guys. But at least if we get, you know, 2 or 3 PDUs, which is about, you know, 60, or it's about 28 or 30 times 30, so it's 30 times 3, so it's 90 miners. So we can get 90 miners up and going June 1st, that'd be awesome. And then adding more won't be hard because we already have the electrical ran. We just have to hook up the PDU and kind of situate it and finish up some Ethernet. So actually hooking the rest of these up won't be as hard because most of the work's gonna be done in the beginning. So that's kind of our plan. Try to, you know, get 100 up and running June 1st. That'd be a good problem. You know, a good problem to have is we have that many people waiting. So you know, if you want to host with us and that kind of stuff, we'll take you. You know, we'll get you going as soon as we possibly can. Trust me, we're working on our end. As you can see, just from these couple, couple week updates, work's getting done. So we're trying to do our part and get ready so we can host for you and get these up and going. So that's where we got. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow to kind of finish up the other side, finish up the shelving so it's all done. It's gonna look like this. One more shelf on the bottom, and then actually there'll be 2 more on top. So it's gonna look great. I can get that cleaned up and stuff, and yeah, it's coming along. So thank you guys for checking this out. You guys have a good day.